So hey y'all, hey, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Shadiamond, mom to a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and 10-month-old, and yeah, let's get into the video. So today I am giving you guys a homeschool update for my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old. So back a few months ago, I did like a first quarter update, and I pretty much said that Eliana had finished a good and a beautiful kindergarten curriculum within a few months, and so I was trying to explore different options for her. So since then, I have not printed off like the first grade level, right? Because I have so many resources, so many workbooks, so many extra hands-on things, to the point where it's like I was kind of getting confused with like what I actually wanted to use. So I did pretty much skim like the first grade curriculum. Every now and then I print off a lesson or two if I feel like it'll be, beneficial and helping her that way. But something I realized for both of my girls is they both love hands-on things, and so it doesn't necessarily take a long period of time to master one set skill. So say for instance with reading, sometimes books have different phonics rules, grammar rules, and like multiple lessons. They can master those things in one sitting, like 3 to 4 things in one sitting. And so what I'm realizing is I'm not the type to go by the book, so to speak. I really go with the flow of my children. So say for instance, we are doing the themes of the week some weeks, not every single week, because sometimes the girls see things that they have not learned about like in depth throughout the week, and I just stop that and just go in on what they're interested in, as opposed to me setting out a whole week of activities based on things that I think they would like, and so that has been working for me. But I will say I have main focuses for them, right? So say for instance for Eliana, my main focus is to teach her about different types of literature, as well as work on spelling. She loves Aquila and the Bee. She says she wants to be able to spell everything, and so I'm trying to set her up for that. In terms of math, I'm focusing on teaching her how to count money. We're working on time. She can tell time by the hour and half hour. So we're just working on, the next step. And as well as, I don't know, the third thing. We are working on mastery with the math facts, and like probably going to dive into the multiplication facts, like remembering, count by 3s and count by 4s, whatever the case may be. And so that's personally what I'm looking to do with her. But the thing with me is, like, if it's something that we do day to day that they have not learned, I am always teaching them anyway. There's not like a cutoff time for actually learning, but in terms of worksheets and crafts and stuff like that, we typically do that in the morning time. So yeah, for both of them, I'm focusing on them doing handwriting. Kazaya, she's learning more how to spell and how to read, so I'm working on reading fluency with her, as well as getting familiar with like the days of the week, identifying the days of the week, the colors, and things like that. So I don't need a curriculum to do those things. It's helpful on my days where I'm super busy, where Uriah is kind of like, being a baby. I can't put him down, or I can't do this or whatever. That's when I pull out my workbooks. But yeah, so far, like, I still use the workbooks to kind of guide me on different things. So Eliana has that first grade workbook where it goes through like the different things she needs to learn, whether that's adjectives, nouns, verbs. We've covered that already. We've covered quite a few things on the first grade level, and so I'm not limiting her to just doing things on the first grade or kindergarten. It's pretty much wherever I see I can challenge her, whatever she's asking for that I feel like she's ready for, and just allowing her to kind of guide the speed at which we're going. I will say that she's only 5, so technically we're not like of the compulsory age to like report that we're homeschooling in Alabama. So I think that takes a lot of pressure off of me feeling like I need to do things by the book every single day, because it just don't work like that, especially with the baby. We don't really have a schedule. We have like a list of things that we do whenever we get started. Say for instance, we start off with handwriting, then we go into math, or we do like something together as a family, where they can work together, and then I break off for individual lessons in reading and math, or sometimes it can be group lessons. In terms of like things that I am looking forward to, like in the fall, or in a few months, it's really finding my groove, like figuring out how many days I actually want to homeschool. So far, I try to start on Monday and go to Friday, but lately Friday just not working, so it's looking like Monday through Thursday. I try to prep on Sunday for lessons throughout the week. Sometimes that doesn't work, and so it just depends. Like, I'm still finding my groove. I'm learning what works for me, what works for my girls, but the main thing is for them to be having fun, for me to feel accomplished and not all over the place, and for me to show up and make sure that they're having the best experience possible homeschooling. But I have had a few struggles, and that is trying to find that balance between parenting and being a homeschool teacher, right? Because it's a difference, right? You know, parenting is like not necessarily discipline all the time, but it's like boundaries. And then as a homeschool teacher, you want to challenge your child to make sure they're being prepared for the for who they're called to be. You want to, you know, expand on their interests. You want to challenge them. You want them to have fun. You want them to, you know, excel in like gross motor skills, climbing, jumping, running, whatever the case may be. But so far, homeschooling is going well, y'all. You know, we've been doing it from the beginning. This year, I just wanted to put a little more structure on it. I will say it has definitely worked. They are looking forward to lessons. They're looking forward to learning. They have so many questions. But it's been good. I am currently looking up different curriculums that I can, you know, introduce later on this year. But I will say I will not be investing in a lot of things. I will not be investing in a lot of things. I have a lot of things here that I'm not using already. And so, of course, with Core, we were focusing more so on reading and math. And then, you know, the girls love science. Geography is big for Eliana. She's been mastering that. And so, spelling. So those are a few things that we're focusing on now, and going forward, I will make another update once I actually choose the curriculum and stuff like that. So yeah,